All right, Sean, we got Rivian Automotive. Looks like it's down a couple percent today. This is one of those that IPO'd in the middle of November, right? Again, we've said another stocks reviews when everything dropped in the mid-November. So as far as timing goes, probably not the best timing.
Yeah, to go public.
From it being at 130, 129, 130, going up and down that day.
Yeah, there was also just a lot of cash in the economy. The Fed was still pumping everything, and it was just it was a bad time to.
It was the last of it, I think.
Yeah, and that finally started to get pulled out, and now companies are the market's readjusting to the new realities. Rivian's no different, but looking at them though, they just fundamentals don't seem very strong on this company. What do you think?
No, look at. I mean, it dropped almost 70% from the start. Looks like the revenue is not doing too well.
Revenue is up a little bit from. I mean, first of all, it's such a new company. There's not a lot of data. That's the one thing. But the other thing is their research and development, their R&D, SG&A, operating expenses, all that way up. Cost of revenue is way up. And it's dragging heavy on the bottom line. Like I'm looking at the earnings per share for the past 3 years. So December 2019, it was negative 4.22. In December of 2020, negative 3.47. And now here in December 2021, negative 22.98, negative 23 bucks a share. I mean, that's rough. And trending in the wrong direction.
It's when they were first making the Rivian truck, I remember everybody was hyped about it. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a Rivian. I'm gonna get a Rivian."
So I could even compete with Tesla, even.
Right. And yeah, I mean, if it was the only truck, of course it'd be a great company. And I knew, but I was like, "Oh, dude, if Toyota makes a truck or Ford makes a truck, Chevy makes a truck, then what's the argument? Like, what's their
it's just another electric truck that's not as reliable as a Ford.
So,
there maybe it's just because with the understanding that Ford trucks are some of the best trucks on the market, but I guess it's hard to say any of these electric trucks are not tested.
No, but
they're really untested.
Yeah, the point is that you go from having just one truck in the market to having 4 or 5 and 4 or 5 nice trucks. Like I know I've seen Chevys, and Chevy's has a nice one. We've seen the Ford. It's hard to beat.
Yeah.
It's
tough. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough stock. IPO'd at the wrong time. And I just personally, I would not buy this truck. I mean, I wonder if their angle was to get bought out.
I think so. Yeah, no, or just go from 130 to 500 or 1,000. But then if it's for every dollar, it's a market cap. It's $1 billion market cap. So for it to go 1,000, that means it would be $1 trillion company.
Another Tesla.
Another Tesla. And why is it worth $1 trillion? Like, it just
doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Ford, Ford market cap like a 66 billion or something?
Yeah.
And Rivian is $1 trillion for some reason.
It's only been around for 100 years.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of hype around these EVs, and for good reason. I mean, they are going to be taking over the market. I mean, isn't by 2035, it's not even going to be legal to sell an internal combustion engine in California?
Yeah, but are people just going to have, are people just going to buy 5 times as many cars? No. It's just going to be the same. So there is no reason why these companies are asking for 5-10 times more than like a normal car company.
The other thing that they've got some bad press lately, because I guess they discontinued their base model truck, and people were not happy about that. I mean, it was their base model, but it was still a $65,000 truck.
Yeah, no, that's because if they realize that it's getting expensive to build them, and a lot of these companies are hurting because of that.
Yeah, and that's clear. That's shown in their books. I mean, if you just look at their income statement, that's clear that their expenses are like spiraling.
It's kind of like when they sell you a PlayStation, right? Sony loses money when they're making these PlayStations, and they make it on the games. So
do they?
Yeah, they take a loss when they sell you the PS whichever the PS6 when it comes out, they're gonna lose on that. Eventually they make money on it, but when it first comes out, the components are expensive. We've talked about before.
And they make money later when they sell it, and the components get cheaper.
Components get cheaper, but they make money on the games.
Interesting
contracts they have with the games. So.
And we don't even have a PE ratio. That's always, I don't like that. And you see that a lot with these companies that recently go public. Just not enough data. I don't like that. But yeah, you can't have it too, because it's also a negative company. So, negative in terms of their profits. So it'd be tough to, the other bad news they got hit with lately, I guess Ford dumped all their shares. So everyone's
because they're making their own truck. How you know this company as well?
Well, I guess the idea was, they could have been bought out and acquired at some point, but clearly they're not going in that direction.
It's probably their plan B. But
yeah, so it's it's a tough sell. I couldn't justify.
So if you have $1,000, are you buying what is that? 30 shares?
No, not a chance. What about you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. No. What about in 5 years?
No. That's now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, are they even going to be around in 5 years?
I don't know. They should be. They're backed by Amazon. They're backed by a lot of people.
Yeah, Amazon did order a bunch of their trucks. But like, if you can't deliver on those orders, they're also plagued with the other what all the other car companies are plagued with, which is all the supply chain problems, on top of the fact that they're a startup and it's electric and the costs are spiraling. It just seems like a dumb company to buy at this point. That's a definite no on my.
Cool, guys.